Hey everyone, it's Dr. McVeary here, and welcome to week, hard to believe, 3 of our class on children's literature and literacy. This is a super tough and super busy week. You have a lot to do because you're going to start taking over the class. Now, on the syllabus, it does say we're going to do the case study on class discussions, but I'm going to skip that just because there's so much other work to do. And I want to just go through all of the modules that you need to complete and what we'll be working on. So if we go over to the course, you need to first start on the literature and read alouds modules. And in this, we're going to talk about what makes a good read aloud. How do you get interactive with it? How do you get more? It's more than just reading to your students. How do you get them involved in text-based discussion and text-based analysis while in the process of read alouds? So you have a couple readings to check out. Then you have your, just a basic writing connection and reading, connecting read alouds to literature skills. For the performance task, you have a playlist to watch. And then you're going to record yourself doing a read aloud. Now, here's the tricky thing. You have to pretend you're in front of students. So you're going to be doing the read aloud and pretending like you're in front of the class, but you want to make sure that you share that read aloud on the class stream. Then you're also completing the poetry module. And this is the model that I came up with of how to develop a basic module for children's literature. We're going to start with poetry and then go through all the different genres. However, I'm only teaching the first unit. You will be in it with a partner, and this week you have to do a template for your module. So I'll return to the poetry module in a second, but first things first, when you go to in Slack here, you will see some new channels once I connect. So I made a channel for poetry, and I made a channel for the build a module, and in that build a module is a link to a template. So if I click on the, wrong EDU 307 class, if I click on the build a module, here's a template for you to copy. You can make a copy, and it's pretty simple to fill it up. Now, questions 1, 2, 3, you need to make an opening video where you're going through a slide deck just like I did in poetry. It could be a slide deck, it could be something else, but all the directions are right there on the poetry template of what needs to be included. The author and title and link. So you want to be able to search the school library, and I do have a video that I will post in tutorials on how to find articles in the library. And then the reading tasks. Tell me what we're going to read, tell me what we're going to write. And then finally, tell us how you're going to the criteria that you're going to use to judge us. And don't worry about a closing video, that's just too much. But tell us the criteria and evidence that you would use to say that somebody had successfully completed that module. So you have this week, you need to get that module done. Because for the last 2 weeks of the class, you're just teaching your module. You're going through and recording what you need, you're going through and providing feedback to people as they complete items, and you're going to be grading them at the end of the module. So that's how that unit will work. For the poetry unit now, you also have to do your digital dump too, and I gave you a link to the digital dump there that you can read. So here you can find information on the digital dump, and we're really thinking back to our digital dump ones. What did we think about children's literature, and how have those thoughts changed over the last 2 weeks? So you have to include that as well. So, as a recap, you need to finish the poetry module, you need to finish the read aloud module, and you need to find your partner and develop your own module for a genre of children's literature. Finally, complete the digital dump. You can find your partner's name. I created groups in Blackboard, so you can find all those there. So if you're in Blackboard, for example, here is picture books. And in that group, we have nobody listed. Hold on one second. So in biography, it's Jessica and Chelsea. In fables, we have Gabriella Ciccarelli and Kira. In fantasy, it's Savannah and Jessica. In myth, we have Gabrielle and Jenny. In picture books, We have Roshana and Gabriella. And then in realistic fiction, we have Rachel and Jennifer. Jennifer, I will actually be working with you on building that module, just because I think Rachel withdrew from class. So I will work with you on that group. So I will be your group member. So that's it. So those are your tasks for this week. Bye, all.